Hi, my name's Sean Gonzalez, and I'm proud to be presenting Pharo, automated cover maker, liquidity for volatile events, here at the Chainlink Fall 2021 Hackathon. Now, we were part of the spring hack, and we presented, and we've been developing the algorithm staking since then. We'll get into that in some more detail, but we have developed a market for Pharo as part of this hack, and that's what we are presenting. But a little bit of a background on Pharo, shit happens, you want to get paid. There's a lot of risk out there, and we want to cover every one of those risk markets. We want people who share in that risk, and we want people who will take risks for getting into a market and knowing something about it, and who can predict that truth, and will give rewards for that. That's how the system generally works, is providing those rewards in order to find that truth. And generally speaking, with each new market, the token price rises because of the TVL and the stability of that market, which we'll get into in some detail. Traditional insurance stinks. There's more liabilities than they can cover. You have to go through a whole claims process. They're incentivized to not pay you. If you want to start a new market, it's its own company usually, and only very, very large markets can afford to pay for the system that builds this. It's just pretty outdated. We want you to be able to create your own cover market, right? So we want assets that share in risk, and I always like using hurricanes and typhoons, right? So if you're a hurricane, you can either go up the Gulf Coast or the East Coast, but you can't do both. And so Georgia and Houston could cover each other, and that's the basic idea. It's people who share in some risk. Now, generally speaking, these different markets, it's about impact and it's about likelihood. So high impact and something that's not supposed to be likely is a rug pull, stable coin hack, these things that have a lot of fear, uncertainty, and doubt associated with them. But we're going to be down over here in token price volatility, and we decided to create a price feed for SHIB. We've got to love these meme coins. Whether you like it or not, there's certainly wisdom from that crowd in the meme, because they're the ones who make it move one way or the other. They are the asset from a certain point of view. But here we talk about the reward system. The basic idea is that whatever you're paid out is your capital plus your rewards, depending on that consensus. It's not exactly that equation, but those are the three pieces you got to think about. And when you have a good consensus, it helps everybody out, and it increases stability in that market, which raises the TVL, which brings those opinions in and stabilizes it. That's the idea. So the wisdom of crowds, more people in, you hit that central limit theorem. The idea here is that, if you have 100 people guessing how many jelly beans are on a jar, it's been shown for a long time that they will, the average of their guesses will end up being the correct answer. Very, very close to it. And this is a nice idea, but we had to prove it out. So we asked people, when will Thorchain be hacked again? And we've got a Discord server, a few thousand people that we put this to, collected those statistics, and I'm proud to say that we came up with rates that were, comparable, and I think a lot better than what Nexus Mutual would have come up with. They were offering just a few months. They were only giving 33%. That's a whole nother story. Don't need to get into that. But we were in the same ballpark, and you can see from the statistics on the upper left there that the algorithm was performing as expected. So what did we have to build for the hack? As I mentioned, we already had the algorithm, so I had to build an API around that. We already had the staking contracts from the Thorchain tests, so we built the Anubis contracts on top of that. That's the Chainlink specific stuff. It's the adapters doing the price feed from SHIB, and the keepers monitoring that price feed and triggering the Pharo event if it does end up moving more than 15% down. And of course, we had to create a user experience to go with that. So with that said, let's go ahead and take a look at it. This is the app. Let's go ahead and connect. I use MetaMask. And there we go. We're connected. Let's go ahead and buy some cover. So here we go. We've got SHIB price coverage, and we've got what our position is. and we've got what the benefits are of that position based on the wisdom of crowds. Now, I already pre-populated the database, so we already have somebody in there. That would take too long to show in a video like this, but I'm going to be buying some cover. I've got a big position in SHIB, so I'm going to buy $5,000 of cover. But in how many days will SHIB fall by 15%? I've got my own idea. I'm thinking everybody's been talking about it being like a couple weeks, so I'm going to guess 3 weeks, right? And but what is everybody talking about, right? What does everybody think? So let's go ahead and look at those statistics. And so we can see here the wisdom of crowds is being represented here as a gamma distribution. We've got a low end here around 18 days and a high end around 26. Okay, so what we've been reading was about right. You got 21 somewhere in the middle. So let's go ahead back to the simple view. We've got 21 there, and we'll refresh the rewards. And there we go. We've got 87,000 in cover and $48 in rewards. Now these rewards are assuming that you are exactly correct, right? You have to have the actual event to calculate the actual rewards. But we've had an itch. We think that it's really going to be more like 33 days. It's going to be well outside that distribution. And let's go ahead and refresh those rewards. And ooh, look at that. We're going to pretty much double our money. We're so far outside that distribution, right? So let's just double check it. Yeah, that's right. That distribution only goes to 26 there, so 33 is way outside of it. Maybe we know something that everybody else doesn't. Whatever. So we're going to go ahead and take that position because we're bullish. And let's go ahead and confirm. And there you go. Now they are part of the database. That estimates has been approved. Those estimates will now be used as part of the wisdom of crowds for the next person. So, let's go ahead and refresh. And good. Everything is still working as we expect it to. So we can go ahead and continue. We showed here that we were able to request a premium from the user experience to the algorithm. We were able to give them a quote and some rewards estimates. They were able to say what the status is from the block. And in time, when we're testing on Mumbai, we'll actually be able to, that keeper network will be able to trigger it, but it's hard to do that in a video here. So just moving on a little bit, where's the future of Pharo going? It's all about those markets. It's all about new markets and automating that growth. And with each new one, we give out some Pharo, but once it stabilizes, then the price of that Pharo will go up and up and up, especially as that TVL grows. And you'll need Pharo in order to get into those markets. And if you stay in those markets, or if there's enough people in the market, consistently, then that same Pharo will be held in those markets, and they will be traded only when there's people moving in and out of those positions. So that will help it to go up very, very high, and we can't help but have a Vitalik quote here that decentralized insurance is big if it can succeed, and obviously we think that it can. A lot of people are talking about it. In general, we're going to be moving to a DAO. In a lot of ways, each Pharo is a DAO. The rate estimate that you give in order to create that distribution, that is your vote, right? That is your position on what you think the prices of things should be and where reality is, so that way everybody benefits. Team is myself, Jason, and joining us at Pharo is Fahim Farik. He's part of this Chainlink. He was also part of the Moonshot Collective, and he's just generally pretty awesome. Thank you very much, and look forward to seeing all the other presentations. Bye.